Welcome back to another episode of Who the Fuck. It's the show that aims to take a deep dive into some of the acts and outs at Reading Leeds 2019. In today's video, I'm very excited to be talking about Andy C. He is the epitome of the drum and bass artist. If you've never heard of him before, hopefully this video will help answer the question, who the fuck is Andy C? Andrew Clark, aka the Executioner, aka the President, aka the Machine, aka the God, aka the King, aka the greatest drum and bass DJ of all time, better known to his fans as Andy C, is from Walsall in England. That's in the Midlands, I believe. Is Walsall in the Midlands? But later moved to Essex. Genre-wise, he is the epitome of jungle and drum and bass. But when he talks about his influences, in a recent interview he talked about how Keith Flint of The Prodigy influenced him. I think it's probably quite easy to draw influences from The Prodigy. He also mentions that his favourite band is Radiohead. The story of Andy C starts in 1993, when I was just a 3-year-old boy, with a track by the group he was part of at the time, known as Origin Unknown, and their song Valley of the Shadows. Valley of the Shadows was also the 4th release on Andy C's Ram Records, but we'll go into Ram Records a bit later on. As a record, it went down in history as one of the most influential jungle and drum and bass records, and has helped shape the scene for the past 25 years. Valley of the Shadows, also known as 31 Seconds or Long Dark Tunnels, known because of its samples of a NASA takeoff and a BBC documentary in the 80s about near-death experiences. The record would then go on to be remixed by people like Chase and Status, and would be sampled by Exhibit on his record Right On.
Yeah, ha, ladies and gentlemen, ha.
It was also used in a Lily Allen record entitled Cheryl Tweedy. Shots Fired, Cheryl Cole. In 2001, he would collaborate with fellow drum and bass DJ Shimon on their record Body Rock. Another incredibly influential record of its time. The record itself threw a lot of people off because of its use of swing in the drum programming. This made it very hard for a lot of DJs to mix, so some people thought it was genius, some people thought it was utter garbage. And he spent much of the noughties heading up Ram Records. As part of this, he would put out regular compilation CDs known as Nightlife. The first Nightlife mixtape came out in 2003. The last one came out in 2013 with Nightlife 6. And Nightlife 7 is due for release any time. Ram Records laid the foundation for a plethora of artists. Some of the big ones include Lodestar, Wilkinson, Chase and Status.
If you don't understand my ghetto, you should have never come around.
If we're going to talk about the start of people's careers on Ram Records, you have to start with Sub Focus, and more specifically, the song X-Ray. Go. What an epic record. Although somewhere I do have a vinyl copy of both Special Place and Airplane. What an amazing time in drum and bass that was. Who else did Ram Records sign? If we're going to do a deep dive episode, we might as well have a little jump down the rabbit hole. Calix and TB.
It's time to elevate this sound.
Hamilton. What was amazing? What was that Hamilton record that was amazing? Rich Kids. Whoa. DC Breaks. Scientific, after he left Hospital Records. The Future Jungle EP by DJ Fresh, before DJ Fresh turned
Give it to me. Sophisticated.
Culture shock. Noisier. R&LFest. I know I mentioned Lodestar earlier, but both Example and Lomax had incredible solo careers before they joined forces to create Lodestar. The impact of Ram Records on the drum and bass scene is unprecedented. I would hold them as just as important as Hospital Records. Well, maybe they're a close second. But it's not running a record label or making his own records that make Andy C the artist that he is. It's his ability to carry a crowd with the art of DJing. And in that scene, he is incredibly highly regarded. He was certainly the first artist that I came across to play with 3 turntables, and is the master of the double drop. What's a double drop, you ask? Let's take these 2 records. Above me I have Special Place by Subfocus. We were just talking about that. And down here we have Headlock by R&LFest. You'll see at the beginning and the ends of the records there are these peaks and troughs. And what a lot of kind of techno, house and drum and bass DJs do is mix one record into the other, the outro mixes into the intro. You have a seamless set. What Andy C does is he takes these peaks and troughs and messes with them. You'll also notice in this record that actually there's a big gap in the middle. We call that the breakdown. For more information, I would listen to Music Club by Chase and Status. And at the end of the breakdown, we have something called the drop. Drop, 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 drop. What Andy C does is he mixes 2 records that are coming out of the breakdown into the drop at the same time. This gives like a double euphoric experience and allows him to mix between the bass lines and just gives so much more energy. This is why he mixes with 3 decks, so that he doesn't miss the end of the record and miss his next mix. This also means that he can play a load of classic records and tease them without the whole set being a throwback and keeping it fresh and new. I dread to think how many tracks he goes through in a 3-hour set, or even some of his 6-hour sets that he's known to do. It must be huge. In the early 2010s, he announced something called Andy C Alive. It was a new live concept that allowed him to mix music and also control the lighting and visuals of what's going on around him. Something that's really, really common now, but at the time was incredibly innovative. This had to be custom built for each venue, so hand picking locations was something really important as part of this world tour. One of the ones I'm really glad I missed was at Brixton Academy. That would have been amazing. In 2013, he released the 6th edition of his Nightlife series, and alongside that released the single Workout. Was his first single in over 10 years, and it is a monster. And in 2017 took part in a 3-month residency at the incredibly famous XOYO in London. Did 13 nights every Friday with friends, but sometimes played all night long. It was around the same time that he started his Beats One show, which kind of showcased different parts of the drum and bass scene. It talked about different mixing styles, different subgenres, so on and so forth. It's a really great way to learn about the scene if you want to learn any more. It's also great if you just want some good tunes on a Friday night. And in 2018 was the first ever drum and bass DJ to sell out Wembley Arena, all 12,500 tickets. This year, in 2019, he's back to play another 3-month residency at XOYO. He's calling that Season 2. Bring back a load of old friends, a load of new friends, and some more of those really famous all night long sets. It actually makes me really wish that I was still in London. At this point, I usually go over some of the artist's most famous work. I mean, we've already talked about the impacts of things like Valley of the Shadows and Body Rock, going into Workout. But actually, his most popular record is the remix of Get Free by Major Lazer. Currently sat on 19 million hits on YouTube, and was just an immense record at the time. Couldn't believe I forgot about that one. This will be his 4th time playing Reading and Leeds, and it's times like this where I get quite excited because I never go past 2007. The first time he played was in 2002. It was at the time when their dance stage was just one day. The other 2 days were kind of metal stages. The only other act I know on that lineup is The Streets. But in 2002, it must have just been after Original Pirate Material came out, because The Grand Don't Come For Free didn't come out until 2004. He would then return a whopping 12 years later to support Pendulum headline the dance stage in 2014. And again, he returned in 2017, this time to headline the dance stage. This year, he's also about to headline the dance stage on the Saturday at Reading and the Sunday at Leeds. People at Leeds, you're gonna have to pull the energy through for that last night. And is supported by fellow artists Dimension and SAS. The biggest problem I have with his set is that he's playing a headline set at a festival where I like to consume a lot of guitar-based music. That being said, I do always try and drag my little brother away to some big drum and bass DJ that's playing to kind of give him some form of education, and I can't think of anyone better to do that with than Andy C. So on that Saturday, you know, I'm not particularly excited about seeing 21 Pilots, Post Malone or Muramasa, and yet I am excited about seeing all of them. So, you know, it's very possible that I could walk between all 4 of them and check out parts of it all. I'd really like to catch at least a little bit of the set, even if it's just a couple of records, if I can get anywhere near the 10. And for that, I'm going with an 8 out of 10. I want to close this video by just reading a quote from Mixmag talking about the residency he had at XOYO in 2017. Make no mistake, to the untrained eye and ear, drum and bass parties can sometimes resemble a cross between a mosh pit and an angered protest. But this is an art form 25 years in the making, and Andy C is a drum and bass artist like no other. Technically exceptional, magnetically energetic, there's simply no one else with more genuine affection for the craft of the dance floor, the history, the present, the future, the ravers, the producers, the DJs, the ceaseless dedication to finding the best mixes imaginable. No one does it better. That's by Ewan Cook. He's the drum and bass editor for Mixmag. What's your thoughts? Have you seen Andy C perform before? Will you be checking out his set at this year's festival? You know, this is a really fun one for me to research and make. I hold this scene so close to my heart. Such a big part of my teenage years. So, what do you think about these kind of longer videos? I kind of want to try and make one of them a week, so I'd love to know your thoughts. If you have them, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye. Earlier, but both Example and Lomax had incredible careers as solo. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Just laugh. You could have asked for a break.
I'm not here.
Well, you fucking are, and you're gonna be on the internet for the world to see.
Carry on.
Both Example. For sake.
Oh, okay.